Hello everyone, today we have to perform the experiment number 4, that is the determination of bulk density, true density and porosity. So in today's practical we have to perform the bulk density, true density and porosity. So first of all, what is the difference between bulk density, true density and porosity? Okay. So in first bulk density, in bulk density we can indicate the symbol rho B. Rho is the symbol for density and small b indicates the bulk. Okay. So it is the bulk density, rho B. Okay. So in bulk density, see here, in any powder sample we have to check their bulk density. Okay. Suppose we have to take any one powder sample. Suppose in that powder sample, the powder sample particles contain the lots of gap. Okay. This is the space or gaps in between the powder sample or particles. Okay. So see here, due to the gaps is present or pores is present, this powder sample we can call as a porous powder sample. Okay. Why we can call as a porous powder sample? Because in that powder sample or in between the powder particles, pores is present. Due to the pores is present, they are loosely packed. Okay. So hence we can call as a porous powder sample. So we have to determine the bulk density of this powder sample. Okay. For determination of bulk density, the formula of density is equals to mass upon volume. Okay. So first of all we have to determine the mass of that powder sample, and second concept we can determine the volume of this powder sample. So see here, due to the gap is present or pores is present, volume of this powder sample is higher or more. Okay. In porous powder sample their volume is maximum. Why? Because in between the particles voids or pores is present. So see here, for the consideration of volume, we can consider the three types of volume in this powder sample. First, volume of powder itself, that is called as a true volume, means this powder particle volume. Okay, so this is the true volume. Second, volume of interparticle space. Volume of interparticle space means in between the two particles space is present. See here, in between the two particles, this lot of space is present in between the two particles. This space we can call as a voids. Okay. So volume of interparticle space. Interparticle means in between the two particles. Third volume of intraparticle space. Volume of intraparticle space means here the inside the particle volume is present, and that volume we can call as a pores. Inside the particles volume is present. Intraparticle means inside the particles, and interparticle means in between the two particles space or voids is present. So here volume of the bulk powder sample, we have to consider the volume of the bulk powder sample, and for that purpose we can consider the three types of volume: actual powder particle sample volume, that is the true volume, then void volume, and third pore volume. Okay. When we can add these three volume, then we have to find out the easily volume of powder sample. So for determination of bulk density or rho B, the formula is weight of powder sample in gram upon bulk volume of powder sample in ml. Okay, volume we have to take in ml. So by using this formula we can determine the bulk density. So for determination of bulk density, whatever amount of powder sample we have to take, that is suppose 10 gram powder sample we can use. Okay, so that 10 gram, here we have to write down the 10 gram. This is the weight of powder sample. Second, we have to determine the volume, bulk volume of this powder sample. So bulk volume determination purpose we have to use these three types of volume, and then that volume we have to note down here. Okay, and by using this two we can divide the weight of powder sample to bulk volume of powder sample, and then we can easily find out the bulk density. So see here, bulk density is totally related to the porous powder sample, because in that powder sample pores is present. On the basis of that bulk volume, so in bulk density, this volume we can call as a bulk volume. Okay. So bulk volume in the bulk density is higher. Why? Because pores is present, voids is present, and due to the pores and voids is present, their bulk volume is more. Okay. If the bulk volume is more, the bulk density is less. These are the inversely proportional to each other. Why the bulk volume is more? Because in the particle volume is present, void volume is also present, and pores volume is also present. Due to these three volumes, the bulk volume is more. If the bulk volume is more, the bulk density, that is the rho B, is bulk density is less. Okay, because they are inversely proportional. Bulk volume higher, bulk density is less. So on the basis of this bulk volume, powder is divided into two types, light powder and heavy powder. Okay. So see here, light powder containing the high bulk volume. Why? Because light powder means here the pores is present, and due to the pores is present, this powder sample making the bulk volume is higher. Okay. So in light powder sample, their bulk volume is higher. If the bulk volume is higher, their bulk density is low because they are inversely proportional. And the example is light magnesium oxides and light magnesium carbonate. Second, heavy powder sample. We can classify this classification of powder sample classification on the basis of bulk volume. Okay. So see here, powder sample, first light powder sample and second heavy powder sample. In heavy powder sample, low bulk volume is present. Why? Because in the heavy powder sample, this pores or voids is less present, or very less quantity of pores or voids is present. Due to the less quantity, their bulk volume is low. If the bulk volume is low, their bulk density is higher. Okay. So bulk volume is low and bulk density is higher. The example is heavy magnesium oxides and heavy magnesium carbonates. So on the basis of bulk volume, light powder sample is present and heavy powder sample is present. So here in light powder sample, bulk volume is high, and so this light powder sample is applicable to the porous powder sample. In heavy powder sample, bulk volume is low due to the low pores. So this heavy powder sample is called as a non-porous powder sample, because in heavy powder sample, pores is not present, and due to the pores is not present, their bulk volume is low. Here in light powder sample, here pores is present, and due to the pores is present, we can call as a porous powder sample. Okay. So on the basis of bulk volume, powder sample is classified into two types, light powder sample and heavy powder sample. Okay. So see here, by using this formula, we have to determine the bulk density. Second, true density. When we can compare the bulk density with the true density, in true density, powder sample arrangement or particles arrangement is closely packed. Okay. See here, the powder particles are closely packed. Due to that they are closely packed, in between the powder particles, no voids or space is present. Due to the no voids or space is present, this powder sample is called as a non-porous powder sample. Non-porous means they do not contain the pores. In between the two particles, they do not contain the pores. So hence we can call as a non-porous powder samples or closely packed arrangement of the particles. So for determination of true density, it indicates the symbol ρT. Rho means density and small t means true. Okay. So we can determine the true density by using the symbol ρT. So what is the formula of true density? See here, for determination of true density, we can use weight of powder sample. Whatever powder sample we have to take, their weight we have to write here. Then divided by true volume of powder sample. See here we can use the word true volume, means Vt. Okay. Capital V means volume and small t means true volume. Okay. So W upon Vt. But see here in bulk density, here we can use the word bulk volume of powder. And in true density, we can use the true volume of powder. Here, bulk volume of powder means we can take the volume of powder, true volume of powder, then void volume and pore volume. But in true volume of powder, here we can take the only true volume of powder. Here is no void volume or no pore volume is present. Hence, we can call as a true volume. True volume is actual volume of that powder particles. Means here we can consider the only particle volume. Here we cannot consider the pore volume or void volume. Okay. So this is the difference between bulk density and true density. In bulk density, we can consider the void volume, pore volume and true volume. But in true density, here we can consider the only true volume. Okay. Only actual volume of the powder particles. So for determination of true density, two types of methods we have to use. First, gas displacement method, and second, liquid displacement method. Suppose we have to use the gas displacement method. In gas displacement method, we have to use the two types of gas, helium gas or nitrogen gas. In this method, we can use either helium or nitrogen gas. But when we can perform the liquid displacement method, in liquid displacement method, here we can use the liquids, that is mercury or any other organic liquids. Any other organic liquid means here we can use ethyl alcohol or benzenes. Any organic liquid liquid displacement method. Okay, in gas displacement method we can use the gas sample, in liquid displacement method we can use the liquid sample. Okay, so see here, this is the true volume of powder sample. But how we can determine this true volume? For determination of true volume we can use the, on the basis of the liquid displacement method, for true volume of powder sample we can determine by using liquid displacement method. Okay, suppose any organic liquid sample we have to use in this liquid displacement method. So when we can use the liquid displacement method, the formula for determination of true density is weight of powder sample upon volume of liquid it displaced by powder sample. It means we have to consider the powder sample, and in that powder sample we can add the liquid sample. In this powder sample we can add the liquid sample. Which type of liquid sample we can add? That is the any organic liquids. And why we can add the liquid sample in this powder? Because we can avoid the volume of voids or pores. Here we cannot consider the void volume or pore volume. For removing of the void volume or pore volume, we can add the liquid sample in the powder. Due to addition of liquid in the powder sample, their pores or void volume is completely removing, and we have to take the actual or true volume of the powder. Okay, so for determination of true volume we can use the volume of liquid it displaced by powder. It means we have to add the volume of liquid, some amount of liquid we can add in powder sample, and in that powder sample some volume of the powder sample is occupied by liquid, and we can determine the volume of liquid. Okay, so for determination of true density we can use the method liquid displacement method, and for that we can use the formula, that is weight of powder divided by volume of liquid it displaced by powder. Okay, so this is the difference between bulk density and true density. In bulk density we can consider the bulk volume, in true density we can consider the true volume, but actual formula is same, weight of powder sample upon volume of powder sample. Okay, so see here, the next third we have to determine the porosity. So what is the porosity? After we can determine the bulk density and true density, see here, in bulk density bulk volume is higher. Okay, see here, bulk volume is higher. Due to the bulk volume is higher, here, yes again, due to the bulk volume is higher, in bulk density bulk volume is higher, their bulk density is, that is rho b is decreases. In true density, here the true volume is less, or here this true volume is less. Due to the true volume is less or bulk volume is less, their true density is higher. So as compared to bulk density, true density value is more. Why? Because in true density the particles voids is not present. We have to determine the actual volume, and due to we can determine the actual or true volume, their true density is maximum as compared to the bulk density. Okay, so when we can minus the true density minus bulk density, we can determine the pores, how much pores is present in between the particles. See here, we have to, at the end in this practical we can determine the void volume or pore volume, and for determination of void volume or pore volume we can minus the true density minus bulk density. When we can minus the true density minus bulk density, in that we have to complete the actual volume of powder sample we can minus with this bulk volume of powder sample. Then we can find out at the end easily, that is the porosity. Porosity means the void volume. It means in that particles or any powder sample how much pores or how much space is present. That is called as the porosity, and porosity indicates the symbol epsilon. Okay, so porosity is also called as a void volume, and for determination of porosity we can use the formula true density minus bulk density. For percentage porosity we can use true density minus bulk density divided by true density multiplied by 100. When we can multiply by 100, that is this value in the percentage. Okay, so first we can determine the bulk density. For determination of bulk density, the procedure is, see here, see here, we have to, for determination of bulk density we can use the 10 gram of light magnesium carbonate. Okay, here this is the 10 gram of light magnesium carbonate. We can add this 10 gram of light magnesium carbonate in measuring cylinder. Slowly we can add 10 gram magnesium carbonate. This is the light magnesium carbonate, okay. We have to use the light magnesium carbonate powder sample for determination of bulk density. After adding the 10 gram of light magnesium carbonate, we have to determine their bulk volume, okay. For determination of bulk volume, we have to tap this measuring cylinder 100 times, okay. We can count the 100 times of tapping, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See here, after 100 tapping is completed, then we can note down the volume of this powder sample, and this volume is called as the bulk volume of the powder sample. See here, this bulk volume is the reading is 54. So we can write down this reading on the formula. We can determine the bulk volume by using measuring cylinder. We can tap 100 times this powder sample. After the 100 times tapping is completed, we can note down their volume, and that volume we can call as the bulk volume of powder sample. So see here, we can use this formula for determination of bulk density. Weight of powder sample is 10 gram and bulk volume we have to note down by using measuring cylinder, that is the 54 ml. Okay, so when we can divide this term, the answer is 0.185 gram per ml. This is your bulk density. How we can determine the bulk density? See here, we can write down here the weight of powder sample. We can use the 10 gram of light magnesium carbonate. So here we have to write down 10 gram. Then after we can tap this powder sample 100 times by using measuring cylinder, their volume is 54 ml. Okay. So when we can divide the 10 divided by 54, the answer is bulk density is equals to 0.185 gram per ml. After that we can determine the true density. Okay. For determination of true density, we can use the formula weight of powder sample upon true volume of powder sample, and for determination of true volume we can add the liquid in this powder sample, okay, and that is called as a volume of liquid it displaced by powder sample. So instead of true volume of powder sample, we can use the term volume of liquid it displaced by powder sample. Why? Because we can add the liquid in this powder sample to removing the pores or voids in that powder sample, okay. So by using this formula we can determine the true density. For determination of true density, we can use these different formulas, okay, for determination of true density. First we have to take a weight of empty specific gravity bottle. We have to determine the W1. What is the W1? That is the weight of empty specific gravity bottle. Then W2, that is the weight of specific gravity bottle with water. It means here we can add the water in that specific gravity bottle, and then we can write down their weight, okay. After that we have to determine the volume of the water. See here, if we can determine the volume of water, the formula of the volume, density is equals to mass upon volume. When we can determine the volume term, the volume is equals to mass upon density, okay. So we can use this formula for determination of volume of bottle. So volume of bottle, which bottle? That is the specific gravity bottle. That is called as a V1, okay. So volume of bottle is equals to mass, that is the weight of water, divided by density of that water. In that specific gravity bottle we can fill the water, okay, completely fill the water, and their volume we have to determine. So volume of bottle we can determine by using weight of water divided by density of water, okay. After that we can determine the weight of specific gravity bottle with benzene. It means we can add the benzene in specific gravity bottle, and then we have to take their weight, and that is called as a W3. After that we have to determine the density of benzene, okay. So for determination of density of benzene, we have to take the weight of benzene divided by volume of that bottle. So and then we can determine their density. After that we can determine the weight of specific gravity bottle with powder sample. It means after this we have to fill the powder sample in the specific gravity bottle and we can take their weight, that is called as a W4. Then last we can determine the W5. W5 means weight of specific gravity bottle with powder sample with liquid. It means in that specific gravity bottle powder sample is also present and liquid, we have to use the liquid, that is the benzene. We can use the organic liquid and that organic liquid is the benzene. We can fill the benzene in that powder sample and both are present in the specific gravity bottle, and after that we can take their weight and that is called as a W5. So for determination of true density we have to determine total 5 terms. First W1, then W2, then W3 and W4 and W5. Okay, and then we have to calculate the true density. See here, first we have to take the weight of empty specific gravity bottle. This is the specific gravity bottle. We have to take their weight. We can first of all tear the weighing balance. Then we can put the empty specific gravity bottle on the weighing balance. Then we can note down their weight. The weight is 25.45 gram. Okay. So we can note down that weight. After that we can fill the specific gravity bottle with distilled water. Okay. This is the distilled water. We can fill the specific gravity bottle by using distilled water. After complete filling, then we have to weight. We can note down the weight. Okay. Again we can tear the weighing balance. After the tear, then we have to put the specific gravity bottle with water sample on weighing balance. Then we can note down their weight. Okay. After the note down of the weight of empty specific gravity bottle with water, then we can again we can fill this specific gravity bottle by using benzene sample. Here we have to use the benzene liquid as a it is a organic liquid. Okay, so we can use the benzene as organic liquid. This benzene we have to fill in the specific gravity bottle. And again we can take their weight. Okay, same procedure here repeat. Tear first of all weighing balance, then take their weight. This weight is called as a specific gravity bottle weight with benzene sample. Okay, then note down this weight. After that we can discard this benzene and then we can fill the powder sample in the specific gravity bottle. After that we can use the powder sample. Here we have to take a 5 gram of light magnesium carbonate. Okay, this 5 gram of light magnesium carbonate we can fill in the specific gravity bottle slowly. Okay. See here we can fill the 5 gram of light magnesium carbonate in the specific gravity bottle. Then again we can fill the benzene liquid in that specific gravity bottle. Okay. The remaining volume is totally covered by benzene in specific gravity bottle. Why we can add the benzene? Because to avoid the pores or any void volume in between the powder particles. For that purpose we can add the benzene in that powder sample. After the specific gravity bottle is completely filled, then again we can note down their weight. See here specific gravity bottle is completely filled, then we can note down their weight. First tear the weighing balance, then we can take their weight. This weight we can call as a specific gravity bottle weight with powder sample and with liquid sample. This is called as the W5. In W5 we have to take the 3 weights: powder sample weight, benzene liquid weight and specific gravity bottle weight. Okay, we can note down this weight, then we can start the calculation part. Okay, see here for determination of true density we have have to take the weight W1, W2, W3, W4 and W5. Okay. First we can take the empty weight. That empty weight is the 22.45 gram. Then after that we can fill the water in that specific gravity bottle and we can take their weight, and that is called as a W2. That W2 weight is the 47.70 gram. So by using this W1 and W2 we can determine the volume of bottle, okay, or volume of that water. So for determination of volume of water we can use the formula weight of water divided by density of water. So weight of water, we have to write down here actual weight of water. For actual weight of water we can minus the W2 minus W1, that is the weight with specific gravity bottle weight minus empty specific gravity bottle weight. The remaining is only the weight of water, that is W2 minus W1, okay, and here the density of water is 0.9961, okay. By adding this value in this formula, the final is the volume of water is 22.35 ml, okay. This is the volume of water. After that we can determine the W3. For determination of W3, it is the weight of empty specific gravity bottle with benzene, and their weight is 42.76 gram. Then this is called as a W3. Then after that we can determine the density of benzene. Here we can use the benzene as an organic liquid sample. We can write down their weight. Then after that we can determine their density, okay. So density of benzene is the weight of benzene upon volume of bottle, okay. So density formula is the weight upon volume, okay. So we can write here weight of benzene. For determination of weight of benzene, again same W3 minus W1, okay. W3 is the weight of benzene with specific gravity bottle and W1 is the only empty specific gravity bottle weight. When we can minus the empty specific gravity bottle weight in this, then we have to find out easily only the weight of benzene. That is the, for determination of weight of benzene we can W3 minus W1 is used, okay, and divided by volume of water, that is the V1, okay. So W3 is the 42.76 minus W1 is the 22.45 divided by V1. V1 is the volume of water and that volume of water is the 22.35. So write down here the volume of water is the 22.35, here 22.35, okay. Then by using this formula we can determine the density of benzene, and the density of benzene rho is equals to 0.908. After that we can determine the W4. In W4 means here the specific gravity bottle weight with powder sample, okay. Here we can take the 5 gram of powder sample. Then their weight is 27.42 gram. Then after the last we have to determine the W5. W5 is the weight of specific gravity bottle with powder sample with benzene, and their weight is 46.83 grams, okay. After we can calculate the W1, W2, W3, W4 and W5 and volume of bottle and density of benzene. By using this all values we can determine the true density. So see here the formula of true density is weight of water divided by volume of liquid displaced by water. What is the meaning of this? See here, in the powder sample or specific gravity bottle we can add the liquid. Why we can add the liquid, that is the benzene? Because to avoid the void volume or pore volume, okay. So for determination of this term we can use the formula, that is the volume of benzene displaced by water, means how much powder sample volume is displaced, the volume of this benzene, or how much powder sample volume is displaced by using the liquid sample. This indicates the V2, okay. And so with determination of this volume of benzene we can use the two types of volume of benzene. First, only the volume of benzene minus volume of benzene when powder sample is placed. First, original volume of benzene means completely benzene we can fill in the specific gravity bottle and their weight, that is the volume of benzene. Then second, volume of benzene when powder sample is placed. Last, that is the W5, when we can use the powder sample and in that powder sample we can add the liquid, that is the benzene, that volume we can determine, that is the volume of benzene when powder sample is placed, okay. So for determination of these two terms we have to use the V2 is equals to, for determination of volume of benzene the formula is volume of benzene is equals to mass upon density, okay. So mass upon density means mass of the benzene, that is W3 minus W1. Okay, how we can determine the mass of benzene? See here, for determination of mass or weight of benzene, we can use the W3 minus W1. So we can write down here W3 minus W1. Okay, and divided by density, that is the rho of density of benzene. Then second, volume of benzene when water sample is placed. See here, volume of benzene. Here again we can use the formula mass upon volume. So mass of benzene, which mass of benzene, that is when the powder sample is placed. So that mass is this mass. Okay, that is the W5 minus W4. W5 minus W4 means here the powder sample with benzene is present and here the specific gravity bottle with powder. When we get minus specific gravity bottle with powder, the remaining is only benzene mass. Hence we can take W5 minus W4. Okay, that is W5 minus W4 means volume of benzene, mass of benzene when powder sample is placed and divided by density of benzene. Okay, so here we can put the all values. W3 is the 42.76, W1 is the 22.45, and the density of benzene, here we can calculate the density of benzene. This density of benzene is 0.908. Here we can put this value. Then again W5 is the 46.83 and W4 is the 27.42. Okay. After that we can determine the V2. V2 means volume of benzene displaced by powder sample. Okay. So this is the volume of benzene displaced by powder sample. Means इतना वॉल्यूम उस बेंजीन सैंपल ने पाउडर सैंपल प्रेजेंट रहते हुए एक्यूपाई किया था। जब हमने स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी बॉटल फिल की थी पाउडर सैंपल से, उसके बाद हमने उसमें लिक्विड सैंपल ऐड किया था। ओके, सो हाउ मच वॉल्यूम ऑफ लिक्विड सैंपल इज प्रेजेंट इन दैट स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी बॉटल? दैट इज द 0.997 ml वॉल्यूम ऑफ बेंजीन इज प्रेजेंट इन दैट bottle. Okay, and remaining volume is powder sample volume. Okay, so by using this V2 volume value, we can put this V2 is here. Okay, so formula of true density is weight of powder upon volume of liquid it displaced by powder, and this term is the V2. Okay, so weight of powder is the W4. W4 means specific gravity bottle with powder. Okay, minus W1 means only specific gravity bottle weight. When we get minus, then remaining is the weight of powder. Okay, so W4 minus W1 upon V2. Then by using this formula we can determine the true density. So final value of the true density is 4.98. Okay, before that we have to determine the bulk density, and the bulk density value is 0.185 and true density value is 4.98. See here, true density value is more as compared to the bulk density. Why? Because in bulk density the bulk volume is more but density is less. They are inversely proportional. But in true density the true volume is less and their true density is more. Okay, so as compared to bulk density, true density value is always higher. Okay, and by using this both density we can determine the last porosity. Porosity is void volume. We have to, in today's practical we have to determine the how much voids or pores is present in any powder sample, and for that purpose we can use the porosity. Okay, so porosity is the true density minus bulk density, and determination of porosity in percentage we can use the formula true density minus bulk density divided by true density multiplied by 100. Okay, so true density is the rho T, bulk density is the rho B. Okay, and divided by again rho T multiplied by 100. So write down here the true density value. True density value is the 4.98. Bulk density value is the 0.185. Again divided by true density 4.98 multiplied by 100. The final percentage porosity is the 96.28. This is the percentage porosity of any powder sample, and this is the percentage porosity of light magnesium carbonate. This is the percentage porosity of light magnesium carbonate. It means in light magnesium carbonate 96.28% voids or pores is present. Okay, so by using this porosity we can easily determine the any pores or voids in any powder sample. And why this determination is required? Because we have to formulate, we have to form any tablet formulation, capsule formulation, and in that purpose we can use the powder samples. So mostly for determination of their voids or pores, we can use the true density, bulk density and porosity. Okay.